Friends, there is a growing push for Sunday rest, and will this turn into a federal law? Well, before we get deep into this, let's first watch this video.
Welcome to Earth Sabbath, a global movement dedicated to raising awareness about the importance of giving the Earth a weekly rest. Join us as we explore the significance of this practice and its impact on our planet. Young people around the world are demanding action to combat climate change. One way we can make a difference is by reducing our energy consumption by 1/7. Let's take a step towards a sustainable future. This video highlights the need for personal sacrifice and lifestyle changes to protect our planet. By making conscious choices and embracing sustainable practices, we can create a positive impact on the environment. Join the movement by participating in local Earth Sabbath marches. Together, we can spread the message of sustainability and inspire others to take action.
So that was a Catholic-sponsored movement promoting climate change and also promoting Sunday rest instead of promoting the biblical rest. We are asking people everywhere to organize an Earth Sabbath march for Sunday, April 7, 2024. Feel free to do a march anytime, but we are trying to get the word out for our first global march on Sunday, April 7, 2024 at 11:30 a.m. Organize or participate in an Earth Sabbath march in your city, community, church, school, or university, creating awareness and demanding people to take action in support of a weekly Earth Sabbath day, one day a week. Everyone needs to participate and keep Earth Sabbath to achieve real results. So friends, they are going to advocate massively for a weekly day of rest, which of course is going to be Sunday, because we understand that this is the agenda of the papacy. Today, there are a lot of movements coming up promoting climate justice and also promoting a weekly rest for climate change. But friends, it seems like there is an ongoing dilemma concerning how to get everyone involved in this climate action. And also, there is an ongoing dilemma on which day to choose for a global Sabbath rest for climate change. But as Seventh-day Adventists, we know that this day is going to be Sunday. You know, I'm saying this because this is an agenda of the papacy, and I watched a discussion where high-profile people were discussing something about the climate change and also a day of rest that will suit everyone right on this earth. So I want to share this discussion with you, just a clip of it. All right, so let's get right into this video and watch what they were saying about a national day of rest. All right, let's get into it right now.
He is the author of Spiritual Politics, Religion and America Since World War II, Unsecular Media, Making News of Religion in America, and with Andrew Walsh, One Nation, Divisible, How Regional Religious Differences Shape American Politics. He writes a weekly column for the Religious News Service as well. Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much, Jonathan. And I feel sort of lucky, privileged to be here. I'm a relative newcomer really to the climate movement. Thanks in large part, I think, to my son Ezra, who helped found an organization called the Climate Mobilization. So it's a wonderful opportunity to follow one's son's footsteps. One of the things that I have done is help put together a coalition of religious leaders and scientists in Massachusetts, now called the Faith Science Coalition, led by Cardinal O'Malley in Boston and Phil Duffy of the Woods Hole Research Center. And so I do think to sort of follow along with some of the questions you raised, it is possible to put together coalitions of religious and in some sense non-religious, or at least not that there aren't scientists who are religious, but coalitions that cross these kinds of lines and traditional ones. I do think nobody's noted this, and maybe it's not even worth mentioning, but I think in the United States anyway, the idea of any kind of mandatory universal Sabbath, I think, is off the table. It raises all kinds of Establishment Clause problems, and it also, I think, leads to questions about which day, why that day, who's got hegemonic control over what day, all that kind of thing. That any effort like this, I think, not only should want to avoid, but needs to avoid. I also think that the notion of, or the effort to try to define what rest is for any given tradition is a tricky one. Do you get in your electric vehicle and drive to synagogue? Well, no. If you're Orthodox Jewish person, but are we really saying stay home, don't go to shul if it takes a drive? So I think those are interesting and tricky questions. Also, if you're a gardener by profession, you don't want to garden on the Sabbath. If you're a writer by profession, maybe gardening is something that's part of a day of rest. So I think these are complicated questions, and I don't want to take up more time really, except to say that there's a very interesting old article by a kind of sociologist or anthropologist named Lloyd Warner, talking about how Memorial Day used to work in a New England city. And people would start in their respective religious houses of worship, whether Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, we can name them, and have a service on Memorial Day. And then they would march out of those buildings and all congregate together and celebrate Memorial Day, the kind of civil religious holiday for the country. And it seems to me that one way to think about a universal day of rest, or a day of rest which really includes people coming out of many religious traditions and none at all, is to think of people coming out of their own tradition where they celebrate it, and then joining together with some common ceremonies which may not use the term Sabbath, but which does use some kind of term like a day of rest for the earth, and allow people to take notice, to behave as they see fit in a sort of pluralistic way in a common exercise. Of course, there is the question of which day it would be, but we do have days in which people can come together for various purposes. And I think, it's always an important thing when one's the last presenter to not spend a lot of time between the presentations and the opportunity for people to ask questions. So I'll cease there.
So before I allow you to come in with your comments, I want to say that the National Sunday Law is still in the pipeline. It will still come, and we are drawing closer and closer to this day when a law will be enacted that Sunday should be a national holiday for all people. Friends, now you can come in with your thoughts in the comment section. This is the Sunday Law update that I had to share with you today. Thank you for watching. My name is Brother Lawrence, and see you next time.